Hi students, this is A. Mandari Kumar Rajesh. In this video, we are going to discuss another type of ploidy called euploidy. Euploidy is a condition in which the organism possesses one or more basic set of chromosomes. And that condition is called as euploidy. Euploidy can be divided into the following types. Euploidy can be classified into the following type. The first one is haploidy. So haploidy is denoted by N. That means it contains N set of chromosomes. That means it contains single set of chromosome, and that condition is called as haploidy. Then diploidy. Diploidy means that organism which possess two set of basic chromosome. And that condition is called as diploidy. So it denoted by 2n. So diploidy condition is denoted by 2n. Then the last one is polyploidy. That means in this condition, that organism possess more than two basic set of chromosomes, more than 2 or 3 basic set of chromosomes, and that condition is called as polyploidy. So here 2n, so the diploid chromosomes are added by n set of chromosomes. Again n set of chromosome, it goes on, and that condition is called as polyploidy. So here the diploid set of chromosomes are added by more than 2 basic set of chromosomes, and that condition is called as polyploidy, and that organism is said to be polyploidy organism. Then the haploidy again has a branch, and that is called monoploidy. And monoploidy is denoted by X. What is the difference between haploidy and monoploidy? How can we differentiate haploidy and monoploidy? So diploidy means that organism possess two set of chromosome, and that condition is called diploidy. For example, 2n is equal to 46. So human being contains 46 chromosome in diploid nature. So when it undergone during the gametogenesis, this 2n is reduced into n set of chromosome because it undergoes meiosis, that is the reduction division, and the half the number of somatic chromosomes are referred as gamete chromosome. So the 2n undergone a process called meiosis, that is the reduction division, and it reduced into n set of chromosome, and they are called as gametes, and that condition is called as haploid, So during meiosis, that is reduction division, it get half the number of somatic chromosome, and they are referred as gametes, and that condition is called as haploid, Then what is called monoploidy? So I will explain with an example. That example is common wheat. So wheat is an allohexaploid. So you must understand what is called allohexaploid. Allo means it is a condition in which the chromosomes, the set of chromosomes are, one or more set of chromosomes are derived from two different species, and that condition is called allo polyploidy. Allopolyploidy. One or more basic set of chromosomes are derived from different species, two different species, and that condition is called allopolyploidy. Hexaploidy means they contains 6 set of chromosomes. That contains 6 sets of chromosomes. That contains 6 sets of chromosomes. 6 sets of chromosomes. So 2n is equal to 6x. 6x is equal to 42. 6x is equal to 42. So I already told you, allo means that organism possess 2 or more basic set of chromosomes are derived from different species. That is called allo. Hexaploidy means that organism possess 6 set of chromosomes. That organism possess 6 set of chromosomes. Then the 6 set of chromosomes are derived from 3 different ancestral species. The 6 set of chromosomes are derived from 3 different ancestral species. I already told you, wheat is an allohexaploidy. Allohexaploidy means that 1 or more basic set of chromosomes are derived from 2 different organisms. So here the 6 set of chromosomes are derived from 3 different ancestral species. 3 different ancestral species. So each ancestral species gives 2 set of chromosomes. 2 sets of chromosome. Total it contains 6 set of chromosomes. So each ancestral species give away 2 set of chromosome. In total it contains 6 set of chromosomes. Then this each ancestral species possess 7 chromosomes in their haploid gametes. So each ancestral species possess 7 chromosomes in their haploid gametes. So here I have written 2n is equal to 6x is equal to 42. So 2n is equal to 6x equal to 42. So they are diploid nature. They are added by 6 set of chromosome and it contains 42 chromosomes. So I am going to convert into the haploid nature. That is, this organism going to undergone a process called meiosis. So they are going to get reduced. So n is equal to 3x is equal to 21. 3x is equal to 21. How I get this value? So half the number of chromosome, half the number of somatic chromosome are referred as gametes, isn't it? So 3 and x means they possess, each ancestral species possess 7 chromosomes in their haploid gametes. So 3, that x means 7 chromosome. It contains 7 chromosome. So you can multiply, you can get 21 chromosomes. So in the haploid condition, they contains n is equal to 3x is equal to 21. Then what is monoploidy? So monoploidy means x is equal to 7. Monoploidy means x is equal to 7. So if it is diploidy, it contains 14. If it is triploidy, it contains 21. So monoploidy means it contains 7x. So x is equal to 7. X is equal to 7. So that is called monoploidy. That is called monoploidy. Therefore, the haploid and diploid condition occurs or came regularly one after another, and the same number of chromosomes is maintained from generation to generation. But monoploidy condition occurs when an organism is under polyploidy condition. Monoploidy condition occurs when an organism under polyploidy condition. So next we are going to discuss the polyploidy condition. Next we are going to discuss the polyploidy condition. Let me teach you the polyploidy condition. So polyploidy is a condition in which that organism possesses more than two sets of basic chromosomes, and that condition is called as polyploidy. For example, that organism possesses three sets of chromosomes. Three sets of chromosomes, they are called as triploidy. They are called as triploidy. Suppose 4, tetraploidy. Suppose 5, pentaploidy. Suppose it possesses 6, hexaploidy. Generally, the polyploidy condition is common in plants but rare in animals. So polyploidy condition will occur in plants commonly but rare in animals, and an increase in the number of chromosome sets has been an important factor for the arrival of new plant species. Then higher level of ploidy leads to death. That means higher level of polyploidy conditions leads to death. That is the lethal. They are lethal in nature. Then the polyploidy can be divided into two types. They are polyploidy condition can be divided into two types. They are autopolyploidy, then alloploidy. Ploidy. So what is the difference between autopolyploidy and allopolyploidy? Autopolyploidy means in this condition that organism possess more than two set of chromosomes derived from within a species. So that organism possess more than two set of chromosomes derived from within a species, and that condition is called as autopolyploidy. Allopolyploidy means, I already told you, that organism possess more than two set of chromosomes derived from two different species, and that condition is called as allopolyploidy. So in this video I am going to tell about autopolyploidy. In next video I am going to tell about allopolyploidy elaborately in detail. So autopolyploidy can be again divided into two types. They are autotriploids, then autotetraploids. So autotriploids means that organism possess three set of chromosomes of its own genome. Autotriploids means that organism possess three set of chromosomes of its own genome, and that organism is called as autotriploids. Autotriploids are produced artificially by making a cross between autotetraploids with, we are going to make a cross with diploid. So autotetraploids contains 4n. It contains 4 set of chromosome. Diploid contains 2n. So during gametogenesis they are able to produce, so it undergoes meiosis. So during gametogenesis it undergoes meiosis, so they are get reduced halfly, so it contains 2n. So autotetraploids contains 2n, so that gamete contains 2n. Here the diploid organism undergone meiosis process and it produce n, and they fuse to form an organism, and they are said to be autotriploids. So the autotriploids contains 4n, diploid contains 2n. So during gametogenesis, the somatic chromosomes are get half, so the gametes are produced with 2n, here n, and they fuse to form 3n. That is called autotriploid. The common example is cultivated banana. So the cultivated bananas are usually triploid in nature. So the triploid bananas are larger in size and they do not have seeds when compared to diploid bananas. So the triploid bananas are larger in size when compared to diploid banana. And another example is triploid sugar beet. So the triploid sugar beet have high amount of sugar content when compared to the diploid sugar beet, and they are resistant to molds, and they are resistant to molds means they are resistant to fungi. Then the another example of natural autotriploid is common doob grass. So it is a natural autotriploid. Common doob grass, it is the normal English name. The scientific name is Cynodon dactylon. That means Cynodon dactylon means arugambul in Tamil, arugambul. So the natural autotriploid, the example for the natural autotriploid is Cynodon dactylon or common doob grass. Then the man-made autotriploids, the example for man-made autotriploids are seedless watermelon, banana, sugar beet, then tomato and apple. So these are all man-made autotriploids. Now I am going to tell about the autotetraploids. Let me tell about the autotetraploids. Autotetraploids have 4 copies of its own genome. Then autotetraploids can produced by 3 ways. Produced by 3 ways. So in this video I am going to tell about the only one way to produce autotetraploids. You have to find out the remaining 2 procedure and you have to tell to me what are the 2 remaining ways. So autotetraploids are produced by inducing the diploid species with an chemical called colchicine. So it is a diploid organism which contains 2 sets of chromosome. We are going to apply a chemical called, we are going to treat it with the diploid with a chemical called colchicine. So by applying this chemical, the chromosome number will be doubled. And they become autotetraploids. Then example for autotetraploids are groundnut, rye, then alfalfa, then coffee, then rye, alfalfa, coffee, then potato, etc. So these are all some of the examples of autotetraploids. So you have to find out the remaining 2 procedures to produce autotetraploids. So that's all about the today video. If you have any doubt, please clarify with me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.